I think that the last 10, 12 years, the big question that hangs over Singapore history has been the place of Lee Kuan Yew. And there have been so many debates on this, so many writings on this. And that question, I think, has been postponed. It's not really been solved. And now with the Founders Memorial, that question is being, we haven't seen it yet. We do not know, right, what the content is. But I think they are going to include a variety of political figures in that memorial. So that's good. So I see that your book is still relevant because it raises that question of the equals and the relationship between the captain and the lieutenants, and that has been so much at the heart of Singapore history.
Yeah, if there are two things I can add. Number one, even though that's going to be a founders memorial and so on, we note that a book about Toh Chin Chai has yet to appear. There are specific books written on Dr. Goh Keng Swee.
Quite a lot.
And
2 volumes on Rajaratnam.
But the chairman of the PAP, Toh Chin Chai, I think even till today, the PAP is still not quite sure how a book about Toh Chin Chai.
I think Monica Gui was supposed to have written a book, but we haven't seen that yet. Yeah. I think she's a niece of Toh Chin Chai.
Nothing heard.
Recall, but that hasn't appeared. I find the Founders Memorial particularly troubling idea. I think it all started after Lee Kuan Yew died, and then there was this outpouring of grief, and then there was a lot of money that had somehow been accumulated, and everybody knew that Lee Kuan Yew did not want himself to be turned into some kind of a martyr, to be lionized and to be iconified in any way. And so then what do you do, right? You can't have a Lee Kuan Yew memorial because that would have gone against the wishes of the old man. Then you just say you lump it as a founders memorial. This is frankly a political construct, right? Founders, it's not as if Singapore was lost and had to be found or founded by somebody, just in the same way that Raffles founded Singapore. Well, Singapore was around. It's just that he happened to arrive on that particular day in January 1819. So that so I find it to be highly problematic. Problematic mainly because it's a political construct more than a historical a construct, right? I think here is where whatever goes into the Founders Memorial will be a question of political choice. More than anything else.
I may be, I may take on a slightly more sanguine view than Kevin. Firstly, I think this is kind of exaggeration on my part, but a nation which forgets its past is doomed. A country without a sense of its past, I think the future will rather be bleak, because the past, present, future, is part of the same continuum. And I'm actually quite open to the idea of a Founders Memorial, but how it's going to be done, and I'm sure the memorial will be updated, will be evolved over the decades. It's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, I just hope, and this may be out of point, and I hope, this controversy which had polarized Singaporeans so badly over the fate of Oxley Road, I just hope that the basement, because the basement of Oxley Road is bigger than just the Lee family, is bigger than just the PAP. It is the place where Dr. Toh Chin Chai suggested, hey, why are we just talking about this, belly aching, at the basement? Let's form a political party and do something about it. Right?
Yeah.
So personally, Kevin may disagree. Many people will disagree with me, because there's a view, tear the damn thing down, let's respect the personal preference of the Lee family. And some people say that, why don't we wait until the Heritage Board come out with a recommendation, and if necessary, preserve the place, and we have some architectural and historical value. Personally, I just hope that the whole basement will be will be removed and place migrated to the Founders Memorial.
I like that. I think I like that.
You like all the furniture, everything. Go there, you can do the replica mosaic or what, And then the whole place, just take down, have a plant. And if Lee Hsien Yang want to build a hut, that's up to him. I mean, he's the owner, right? But why should we deprive? Mr. Lee Kuan Yew is a very pragmatic guy. He is very conscious that because of the height limitation to white snipers and assassination, there are height limitations. You cannot build up. Hey, that's just, it's Orchard Road, right? Oxley Road. No windows facing, no high rise, no nothing facing Oxley Road. So why don't we tear down the place and let the long-suffering neighbors living that neighborhood, let them enjoy, redevelopment, millions and millions, hundreds of millions, $500 billion, benefit the developers, benefit the owners who couldn't move up vertically, people who enjoy the proximity of Orchard Road. There will be revenue, for developers, for lawyers, revenue for the state, and so on. I think can be a win-win. And I think it will be a wonderful thing if the basement can be relocated to the Founders Memorial. But that's just my view,
Yeah.
I'm just one voice among many.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea, actually. Yeah.
Hey, you've been asking us, can you tell us what's your view about this? You'll be hiding behind the microphone and asking questions. What's your personal view? No right or wrong, right? Because we are all Singaporean, different preferences.
Yeah.
What's your view?
I'm most interested to get the documentation done, right? Because hopefully, if we can do a proper documentation of what were the meetings that were held there and what political decisions were made there, then maybe we can see some of those archives, right? That are important to know how the PAP came about, and how the PAP in the early days was doing. So for me, that is more key, I guess, rather than the place. Whether to demolish it or not, that's not that important to me. But I like your idea to migrate it. Migration and rehousing is part of the Singapore experience anyway, isn't it?
We do it with boxes. Now we do it with basements as well. Yes.